On a quiet street in a São Paulo suburb called Rua das Acacias, where row houses stood side by side like silent sentinels beneath the city's overcast sky, there was an abandoned residence known only as the house next door. Number 47. Built in the 1950s during the city's real estate boom, the house was identical to its neighbors. A faded white facade, windows barred with rusted iron, and a garden overrun with weeds that rose like claws from the earth. The residents of the street avoided talking about it, but whispered legends on rainy nights told that the house had never truly been empty. Something, or someone, inhabited its shadows, watching, waiting. The most terrifying sound was that of light footsteps on the floorboards, as if children played eternally in the empty rooms. Our story begins with Sophia, a 32-year-old architect, recently divorced and searching for a fresh start. She had moved into number 45, drawn by the affordable price and proximity to the metro. Sophia was pragmatic, always explaining the inexplicable with logic. Creaks were wood expanding, shadows were tricks of light. "It's just an old, empty house," she thought while unloading boxes from her car, ignoring the curious glances of her new neighbors. The air smelled of impending rain and damp concrete, so typical of São Paulo. She didn't know yet, but the house next door held a dark secret. Decades earlier, a family, father, mother, and twin daughters, had vanished inside it during a stormy night. Police reports mentioned the sound of children's laughter, echoing even after the disappearance, but the case was dismissed as a runaway. Since then, tenants reported presences, but no one stayed for long. Sophia, with her rational mindset, ignored the warnings. "Urban superstitions," she muttered, locking the door of her new home as the sun set, casting long shadows across the wall that separated the properties. Night fell heavy, the distant traffic from the avenue humming like a constant murmur. Sophia was organizing her kitchen when she heard the first sound, muffled laughter like children playing, coming from the wall shared with number 47. She froze, tilting her head. "Must be the echo of someone's TV," she reasoned, continuing her work. But suspense began to creep in, subtle as mist, promising a journey of terror that would grip any spectator. The next morning, sunlight filtered through the new blinds. The house felt welcoming. A spacious living room with freshly polished wood flooring, a modern kitchen she had already remodeled in her architect's imagination. But when she looked out the kitchen window, she noticed something odd in number 47's garden. Old toys, a faded doll, and a rusted swing, swaying gently despite the still air. Negligent neighbors, she thought, heading to work. At the office, between drafts of sustainable buildings, Sophia casually searched about the street. She found old forums. "The house next to 45 is cursed. I heard children's laughter that never belonged to anyone." She chuckled, closing the tab. Bored people inventing stories. Returning home at dusk, under a grey sky that warned of rain, she spoke with her neighbor from number 43, Donna Rosa, an elderly woman with piercing eyes. "Be careful with the house next door, dear. It has never been empty. The twins still play there," warned Donna Rosa, crossing herself. Sophia smiled politely, but a seed of curiosity was planted. That night, while dining alone, the laughter returned. Soft giggles, like little girls running. Sophia pressed her ear to the wall. Silence. "Acoustic illusion," she whispered. But when she lay down, she heard light footsteps above, as if someone walked in number 47's attic. The sound was rhythmic, persistent, moving up and down. She turned on the TV to drown it out, but the footsteps seemed to sync with the volume. Dreams tormented her. Visions of two identical girls, dressed in white, playing in a dark room, turning to her with hollow eyes. She woke up sweating, the clock reading 3 a.m. "Emotional jet lag from the divorce," she explained to herself. On the second day, Sophia decided to investigate. She climbed the low wall in daylight, the overgrown garden brushing her legs like grasping hands. The back door was ajar, creaking in the breeze. Intriguing, she thought, stepping cautiously inside. The interior was a museum of abandonment. Furniture draped with dusty sheets, walls marked with children's handprints as if painted with dirty fingers. In the children's room, she found old drawings, figures of a family, their faces scratched out. A chill ran down her spine. Just old art, she rationalized, leaving quickly. At night, the sounds intensified, laughter now accompanied by whispers, "Come play." Sophia recorded with her phone. On playback, only static, though she swore voices bled through. "Faulty device," she muttered. Days became a routine of tension. Sophia worked, but her mind wandered back to the house. Next door, she invited her ex-husband, now a friend, Marcos, to stay the night. "I need a second opinion about some strange noises," she explained. Marcos, a skeptical engineer, arrived with tools and a camera. "Let's debunk this. Probably rats or old plumbing." They set up surveillance, motion sensors along the wall, recorders by the shared partition. That night the laughter returned, louder and clearer. The sensors triggered. Something moved in number 47's yard. Marcos jumped the wall, flashlight in hand. "Nothing here," he shouted. But when he returned, his face was pale. "Something. You grabbed my shirt, like tiny cold hands." Sophia laughed nervously, but suspense deepened. Digging deeper, Sophia found old police archives online. In 1962, the Oliveira family had vanished. The father, a professor obsessed with spiritism, had performed seances in the house, summoning the spirits of lost children. The twins, Anna and Clara, were said to have been possessed, and the family disappeared during one such ritual. Witnesses still heard laughter after their disappearance. Collective hysteria, thought Sophia, though doubts stirred. The third night, objects began to move. A cup toppled on its own, doors slammed. Through her window, Sophia saw silhouettes inside number 47, two small figures dancing in a moonlit room. "Light trick," she whispered, though her heart pounded. Marcos set up infrared cameras. The recordings captured anomalies, child-sized, shadows running, voices whispering. The house was never empty. "You are next." They locked everything, but the sounds penetrated. Footsteps in the attic, laughter in the bathroom. The terror escalated. Sophia immersed herself in parapsychology books, discovering that the twins had died in an accident years earlier, but their father had brought them back through rituals. They never left, trapped in the house, forever inviting others. To play, one night the phone rang. A child's voice answered on the other end, "Come next door." Sophia hung up, trembling. Marcos saw handprints on the window, small, pressed from the outside, on the second floor. The suspense reached its peak when Sophia, alone after Marcos left, heard knocks on the wall. Morse code for "Help us." She climbed the wall again, entering the house. In the attic, she found the father's diary. "The girls have returned, but they are hungry for company. They are never alone. Shadows closed in, laughter echoing, cold hands touching her. Sophia ran, but the doors slammed shut. Desperate, she prepared a banishment ritual based on the diary. Lighting candles in the house next door, she recited prayers. The twins manifested, ethereal forms, black-eyed, whispering, "Stay with us." The air froze, objects hurled through the room. At the climax, Sophia burned the diary, releasing the souls. The laughter ceased. Silence fell upon the house. Sophia sold her home, but on streets like Rua das Acacias, whispers still say the house next door was never empty. On quiet nights, laughter still echoes, waiting for the next neighbor.